Video. Man. This game is gonna be. Hold on, y'all. All right. I'm early. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, right? The NBA Finals is literally psychological warfare to a T. And this is why I'm now saying, putting my neck out there, I'm saying OKC will, the Pacers will win this series in 4 games. Sweep, whatever you want to call it, because they have such a great mentality when playing the game that I feel like a lot of people don't understand, because a lot of people aren't athletes and never been athletes and never played the game of basketball. When you make somebody turn the ball over 24 times, right? And they don't waver, they don't get scared, they still feel like they can score on you, they still feel like they can make a shot on you, they still feel like they're in the game. I'm letting y'all know this is not gonna go how y'all think it's gonna go. The Pacers have to capitalize on how they ended game one. Early. They have to do it early. They have to do it in the first quarter. You know what I'm saying? What OKC is trying to do, what I might feel like is disrespectful, with my type of competitive nature, Pacers have to say, look, we understand that this team thinks that they are that. That one loss doesn't matter to them. You have to beat us 4 times. Nobody can do that. Nobody has done that. We're here. We're not worried. We're not showing our fans we're worried. We're gonna lay up on the scorer's table, SGA, put our arms up, relax, sit down, laugh during interviews, because we're not worried about you. This game is gonna be about respect. Don't be surprised if you guys see. Remember, I told y'all how last game it almost went to overtime. I told y'all before the game, when I said, am I crazy for thinking this game will go to 7? Now I'm saying, am I crazy because I think the Pacers are going to win in 4? Don't be surprised. Last game at home for OKC, going back to Indiana. Don't be surprised if a fight breaks out. Don't be surprised if you see the Pacers absolutely handle OKC. Don't be surprised. OKC's trying to play this role that they're not worried and they're not scared and they're not trembling, and their world isn't crashing down, and it's very disrespectful to the Pacers. I know. It don't matter how I know, but I have heard through the grapevine that Pacers players aren't. Just look at what Nembhard did after that push. SGA pushed Nembhard, and then Nembhard came and took SGA ankles. That man took SGA ankles, man. That man wrapped SGA ankles up like he was at the morgue. Okay? Telling y'all, dude. Listen. This game, look. Rick Carlisle has been in the playoffs before. He has been in the finals before. Finals. That's what you LeBron James fans don't understand. It's finals. Can you hit the shot in the finals? Can you make the play in the finals? Rick Carlisle obviously is preaching to his team urgency, while another coach is preaching to his team, play your game. But what do you do when you're not playing with a certain type of urgency that another team that's in a championship with you is playing with? OKC fans don't want to believe it. Like I said, after that game one dagger Halliburton did, that game one killer shot that Halliburton made, OKC fans were still cheering. This game, the first game, I labeled it important. OKC didn't think so because they disrespect the game. OKC, they bear hugging on defense. You know, they don't get a foul call, so they smack their teeth, look at the ref, and run down to the other side and throw a tantrum and foul somebody. This is the type of team that OKC is. Not what everybody else is trying to portray them as this good, fundamental team. No. What they do is they use the game to get a win. The Pacers play the game how it's supposed to be played. Pure. So they're going to win either way because they're playing the game pure. When you don't understand that they're playing the game pure, that's why they're winning these games, you don't understand basketball. Tyrese didn't come down the court like LeBron James. He's not taking that shot that Tyrese took. He's not. You might pull up something, he not in the finals. He's not. That's why he gave the ball to Kyrie. This is a pivotal moment. No matter how OKC tries to act like they've been here before and they're not worried and all this other stuff, they're worried. The psychological impact has already happened. I don't know what y'all think, but I know that the Pacers aren't getting blown out by 20 tonight. The Pacers aren't getting blown out by 11 tonight. The Pacers aren't going to be losing by 5 tonight. The Pacers aren't going to be losing this game. They're just not. Because they have respect for the game. They play the game the right way. They take every game seriously. They have an urgency. They have a will to fight. I told y'all that first game was going to be mano a mano. They took the life out of OKC. OKC played their best defensive game. That's the fluke. Not Halliburton hitting a shot because he's done it every single time. The fluke is OKC playing their best defensive game ever. You think they're going to do that tonight? No. Because they just psychologically they're thinking if we just played our best defensive game last time, we got to score more points. So we got to get on the run. So y'all want to run with the Pacers, huh? Okay. I don't see any weaknesses in the Pacers. You probably think, why are you always talking about OKC's weaknesses? Obviously, they're evident. I don't see any weaknesses in the Pacers game. I see the Pacers played a bad game. It's up to the Pacers. If you play sports before, you probably heard your coach say, we lost this game. We lost this game. They didn't win this game. OKC, they got killed. They didn't lose that game because they lost the game. They lost that game because the Pacers took that game. It's a difference. When you play sports, you know it's a difference. I watched that game, dog. They took the life out of the OKC players. Maybe not the fans because the fans are delusional and they think they're just supposed to win because everybody said they're going to win and they put in their bets and none of that matters, dog. None of that what happened last time when y'all went down one, none of that matters. You're talking about a stone cold killer team where I could go through every single position on that team and I could tell you dudes who will give you a bucket in all 3 levels of the floor, from the 3-point, the mid-range, and inside, who can defend, who are scrappy on defense. Patrick Beverly said, you don't want to play the Pacers. They're annoying. They're scrappy on defense. Who you think got them like that? Coach Rick Carlisle. Okay? The psychological warfare in this game is so prevalent. Thank you for hitting that like button. I appreciate y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe. The psychological warfare in this game, it is so cool to watch. It's just, the finals isn't boring this year. I don't know what the casual fans are saying. Oh, two small market teams. I don't know who's this guy. Who? All of the laughing and stuff. What the hell? No, seriously, bro. This dude did this in every single round of the playoffs. SGA, he could come out and he could have 40 tonight, and they're probably still not going to win. That's what last game showed you. So you telling me SGA is going to have 40 again, and they're going to have the turnovers again? And that resulted in a loss. You got to think logically. You can't just listen to these people on TV and people that say they're experts in Vegas. Vegas going to say whatever. This is the last game of the last games of the season. Vegas will say whatever. I learned this during the Warriors Celtics finals. That's when I really was first starting the sports bet. They will tell you, ESPN will tell you anything. They said the Warriors had a 13% chance of winning the finals, and they still won. I'm letting y'all know, bro. This game right here is about respect. The Pacers feel disrespected after the Thunder just put out that video on their social media page of them laughing and giggling. Yeah, we gonna beat them. Who's my favorite teammate? All of you. Like, it's, and they kind of, that's their thing, to be all gushy and we don't care and we carefree. All right, now Pacers gonna have y'all carefree ass losing the finals. That's why I'm saying Pacers in 4, because the Pacers have a strategic plan. It was evident in game 1 that if you gonna shoot me, you better shoot straight and you better not miss, because we will be returning the fire. That's the message that I got. So I'll do this for both teams if they want to win this game. I'll start with OKC, since I was told I don't like OKC, and I'm hating on OKC, but but listen, OKC can't win unless they get the calls and they're able to foul without being called. They're obviously not going to win the game unless they're able to do that. But this is what OKC is going to have to do. OKC, they can't get into foul trouble because the Pacers are lights out at the foul line. They cannot let the Pacers shoot threes. Simple. If they don't get into foul trouble and they don't let the Pacers shoot threes, then they'll probably win that 20-point margin that y'all swear by that they're gonna win. But I'm telling y'all, this is what the Pacers got to do. The Pacers got to make, just like I told y'all the first game, every single play, every time they grab the ball, every pass, everything has to be intentional, because OKC is allowed to grab people from behind, like Caruso bear hugged Nembhard and he still got the N1. OKC's allowed to do that on every play. They're going to say it's scrappiness, but the other team, if another team does it, they're going to say that that's a foul. So OKC is allowed to come up behind you, do behind the back foul, grab your arms, hold them, and put you in jail and literally arrest you while you're trying to catch the ball. So every pass, you can't do the live passes, you can't do none of that stuff. And I'm pretty sure they went over that in film. You cannot turn the ball over. Everything has to be intentional. If the Pacers, now you tell me who you think gonna win. If the Pacers don't turn the ball over, you don't think they're gonna win? If they don't turn the ball over at the rate that they did last time, that's the fluke. They're not gonna turn the ball over like that again. And then OKC is, do you really think OKC is gonna come out and just obliterate the Pacers and make every shot? And no. Making their threes, no. OKC's not gonna make threes like that again. OKC's gonna try to shoot threes like that again, but they're not gonna make them. I'm telling you, the defense that was played in game one isn't going to be compared to the defense that the Pacers play in game two. And then if the Pacers get up, my prediction is if the Pacers get up in the first quarter and the second quarter, then they probably gonna win the game because the Pacers don't give up leads like OKC. So their lead is gonna be protected by uh veteran presence veteran presence like TJ McConnell. Their lead is gonna be protected by, you know, Siakam. You know, like their lead is going to be protected by guys that know and been in these type of situations before, um, who don't want to lose. So it's just like it's in a certain type of experience that the Pacers have that's not being harped on because they're trying to sell y'all a narrative that OKC is just a better team and they are the ones. And the psychology, OKC is running with it, and it's cool and all, but it's not gonna be cool when y'all go down two, and then it's like, oh man, all right now, the Pacers won the important game, they won the respect game, and now we're in game three, and it's like that, like you know what I'm saying? So the tune is gonna be different after the Pacers go up 2-0. So yeah, I think I was saying Pacers in 7, but I don't even think the Pacers are gonna need that many games. Now I'm saying Pacers in 4, and it's like, you know, nothing really phases these guys. Nothing really phases these guys. So if the media, mainstream media, wants to say OKC is gonna run over these guys tonight, and the first game was a fluke, that's just gonna make it worse for the Pacers. I mean, make it worse for OKC. If they want to say OKC is gonna run over these guys tonight, and I don't think Halliburton, Andrew Nembhard, Pascal Siakam, Miles Turner, Toppin, McConnell, Bryant, Shepard. You know, this team is like that. They're like that. Everybody, the whole roster. You know, OKC is gonna be a lot of guys are gonna be trying to take over. I'm gonna say this about OKC. OKC is gonna have some. They're gonna try to do the team ball thing, but after they go, if they go down some point, because they led the whole. Got to think they led the whole game last game. If they go down 6 points, 8 points, 10 points, 12 points at home, shit, 5 points, they are gonna sweat a little bit, and somebody's gonna try it, play hero ball, or it's just gonna be like they're gonna go through the motions like the first game, and it's not gonna be enough. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not gonna be enough just going through the motions. We're supposed to win. If we don't win, it's a fluke. That's not gonna be enough tonight. So it's gonna be a good one, but I don't think it's gonna go the way you guys think it's gonna go. All right. So peace and blessings, man.